So far, I had travelled from Alaska to Tijuana on my 12,000-mile journey south. But now, I had a serious problem. For a couple of months, I had been monitoring the US State Department website, and according to it, our only driving route south to Costa Rica was extremely dangerous. In fact, for weeks I had been trying to line up an emergency backup plan to see if I could reach San Jose by plane, train or boat. But so far, I hadn't had any luck. I'm not entirely sure what to do. I mean, the truth is, if it was just me, I would go. But the reality is, it's not just me. There's quite a few of us. And it seems that we are targets. I'm in two minds. Keep on going, maybe with a lighter crew, to be honest. We'll go back to San Diego and have a think about it. So I decided to get some local feedback. I know that the Mexican people are very lovely, but there are certain areas that are not.
Honestly, it's pretty much as big as the fish looks. So to say you're American is probably just like, all right.
Everywhere, every country is dangerous.
Yeah.
You just got a feeling, which you know.
Well, it depends on what kind of car you got.
So if I have like a really nice
You
yellow
probably get
beetle,
robbed for it.
some of it was contradicting.
Just make sure you have a sign that you guys like the reporters and stuff.
So I should put a sign on the car.
A sign that you're reporters, you know what I mean?
As a film crew, a lot of people feel threatened by you passing by. They don't know what you're documenting.
Interesting.
They don't know the reason you're there.
But none of it was good. Reluctantly, I decided to reverse my tracks 20 miles and cross the border back into the US to regroup. I would make another push for my backup plan and hoped something would come through. But in the meantime, I was going to have to find a place to stay and some food. So I hit the beach, knowing there would be lots of people to ask. Can I stay in your house tonight?
I sleep in my car.
Oh, you sleep in your car like me?
Yeah.
Can I stay in your house
military, so it's unauthorized.
Unauthorized?
Yeah. Can we both sleep in your house tonight?
Is there any way that I can stay in your house tonight?
I would have to ask my roommate.
You have a roommate?
Yes.
Can you ask her?
She's at work right now. She probably wouldn't reply.
She's not going to reply?
No.
Ah,
Tonight.
tonight.
I have to answer on camera. Just you?
Just me.
Can we talk some more first?
What are your dogs' names?
This one's Ellie.
Ellie!
Her name's actually John Elway.
John Elway? Is that like a famous NFL player?
Right.
So you want to hear an interesting story? So I'm driving all the way from Alaska to Argentina. Are you feeling kind today?
We're always kind.
Is there any way that I can stay in your house this evening?
You have no place else to stay, or?
I can stay in my car.
Yeah, we could swing that.
You're not going to kill us, right?
I'm not going to kill you. I promise not. Peter and Paul welcomed me to their beautiful home, which they had once rescued from ruin, as they had now done for me. I also learned that my two hosts were both teachers. So after showing me to my room for the night, I sat down with them to discuss a topic that was close to my heart. When I was a kid, I was bullied very badly, and I felt very, very alone. And I would hate walking into school. I was wondering if you guys would be willing to chat with me about the bullying situation in the schools that you work in.
There's a zero tolerance, and it's a small school. And a lot of the kids come from bullying, and they're scarred. So there's no bullying at our school in any sense of the word, but we deal with it all the time because it's almost as if it's happening still to them.
How do you help them move past it?
Well, we focus on staying on task. It has to be very structured. It's tough. I don't think you'd have to deal with that as much.
No, we're two different schools completely. I mean, he's got the special needs schools and they're kids. Yeah, mine's college prep.
Is it a high school?
It's a high school, but I would say, 99, 100% of them go off to college.
So, but how do you deal with kids that are bullied?
Oh yeah, well, we have a whole support system. It's all the parties involved. Try to find out the root of the problem.
As teachers, you have a beautiful
opportunity to see people that aren't seen. So the question is, why did you guys become teachers?
I wasn't bullied in high school, but I was invisible. And I remember, at some point I remember thinking, if just one person would have asked me, you know, if just somebody would have just pulled me aside and said, you know what, your life matters.
I hope the kids know that we're there for them, but you know, it's scary for them to speak up and tell you that there's an issue.
You're amazing with the kids. He is amazing as far as connecting with each student. He is like absolutely loved. And he has kids in his room constantly crying, laughing, talking, playing. Like, it's constant. I don't think he realizes sometimes how big of an effect he has on his students.
The kids know that if your intention's there, that you're there for them.
Okay, I got one more question. Why did you choose to help me?
Because you asked.
Yeah, we didn't really have a reason to say no.
I decided to make one big, last and desperate push to get help. But when one day turned into two, I was standing on the brink of absolute failure. Until...
Amazing. Guys, I cannot thank you enough. You've literally saved me, and you've saved the entire journey.
A long shot actually paid off. Needless to say, that night I slept very well. The next morning, the sun rose over San Diego, and it was time for me to fly, rather poetically, southeast via southwest.
Have a good trip.
Good luck.
Thank you. Take care.
You see, the airline proved themselves true to their heart-shaped logo and answered my desperate call for help by graciously offering to cover the costs of getting me, the crew, and even kindness5 to Costa Rica.
How are you?
Good, how are you doing?
Believe it or not, but I am also a captain.
Of what?
Of a 1971 vintage VW Beetle.
Please sit back, relax, and enjoy our Southwest hospitality.
And I couldn't have been more grateful to them. Even better, since we had a layover in Houston, I decided to take some time to meet up with a very special group of people who lived kindness every day. Team Rubicon is an organization that sends military veterans on rescue and rebuild missions in disaster areas around the globe, such as Houston, which had recently been devastated by Hurricane Harvey and the flooding that followed. Construction manager Dave had kindly offered to pick me up at the airport.
Would you like to join us for dinner?
I would absolutely love to.
We have a 5-bedroom home. We've got a bunch of people living there, but we can put you up for the evening.
Are you offering me for a place?
Oh, absolutely.
At the house, I was greeted by more team members and an incredible dinner cooked by Joe, another Rubicon vet. As we ate, I learned a little bit more about this remarkable group.
As Team Rubicon members, we also have what's called the Clay Hunt Fellowship Program. Clay Hunt was a U.S. Marine. He unfortunately lost his battle with PTSD and took his own life. His dream was to be there from start to finish, and what I mean by that is disaster response and post-response to rebuild.
Why do you choose to be kind?
I have come to a point where I need to give back. 10 years ago, I lost my house in Hurricane Ike and had nothing. Had to rebuild our house. And couldn't have got through it without the kindness from others.
How does it feel when you touch someone's life?
Oh, it feels great because I'm the one that tells the homeowners, we're doing your house. We're going to fix your house. And there's a lot of hugging, and I'm not a hugger. I don't like hugging, and every one of them gives me a hug, and I am coming to enjoy the hugs.
Over 80% of the people that got flooded out from Hurricane Harvey didn't have flood insurance. What are they going to do? We go out in the field and we work and help these people on their darkest day. And it makes them family. Don't have to be blood related.
I think we all would like you to come out and meet one of the homeowners we're helping get back in their home and kind of see what we do.
I would absolutely love to do that. I'd be honored. I'd be honored. Thank you very much.
The next day, as we drove to the project site, it was hard to believe that everything as far as the eye could see had been under 3 feet of water. Despite the massive cleanup in the passing months, signs of damage and debris were still everywhere to be seen. The project house was a whirlwind of activity, as the familiar faces from last night's dinner worked tirelessly to save the house and, more importantly, the life of its owner, Miss Estella.
Nice to meet you.
Nice meeting you.
She was seeing her home for the first time in months, and the happy look on her face said it all.
And how long have you lived in this house?
Since 1976.
1976? That's older than me.
And this was just one of over 1,000 such rebuilds in the Houston area, proving that the dedicated group of veterans that make up Team Rubicon continue to fight for the country they love and her citizens every single day. Sadly, my time with the team was cut short, as I had a plane to catch.
Where are you headed to?
I'm going to Costa Rica.
I was leaving the safety of America and the comfort of the English language for trials and tribulations yet to come.
Latin America, here I come. I finally made it to San Jose, Costa Rica. It's a magical place. There's a lot of good vibes, good energy. Now I have to find someone hopefully to feed me, and even more hopefully to give me a place to stay this evening.
As I hit the streets of San Jose, I met 2 French Canadians who were also doing the cross-continental drive, and their experiences confirmed I made the right choice.
Truly wonderful to meet you. It's amazing that you guys are doing basically what I'm doing, except you're braver than I am.
We've had a lot of good experience, but we've had bad ones too.
There's a lot of violence, there's a lot of corruption. We get arrested by police 3 times. And
You got arrested by the police 3 times?
We just had to pay them and we deal our ticket.
Yeah,
and
half
with
price.
money, yeah.
Pretty good.
And you just don't put yourself in trouble.
We're parked by the side of the beach, and at 4 in the morning, 3 guys came with a gun and get us out the van. They shot the gun and they wake us up and they say, "Get your face to the ground in the sand." And they started rubbing us. We were pretty afraid. We were rubbed, like our phones, our camera, our wallets. But in the end, we have our passport, and I had a credit card, so that saved us. You gotta know that there's some good people everywhere, and some bad people everywhere, I guess. So it could happen like that in Quebec, it could happen here in Costa Rica, it could have happened in Mexico.
Thank you so much. And we'll definitely stay in touch.
Yes, sir.
Sure.
I feel like I'm French now.
A few days
French
then.
is 3 kisses.
Oh,
The
3
French from
kisses.
France.
No, but in Quebec, it's just 2. We are half French.
I admired Frederick and Jordan and the openness with which they still lived their lives. But their story motivated me to find some help as quickly as possible, since sleeping in my car clearly wasn't a great option.
Parle English? Do you know anyone that will give me some free food? No. Parle Italiana? No. Mangiare? You let me stay in your house?
Well,
When the overwhelming majority of people simply can't understand you, it's almost comical.
Do you speak English?
Very little.
So you do speak English? Okay. What's your name?
Roger Rivas.
Rivas. Okay. Where did you learn to speak English?
Yes.
All right, man. Thank you.
You know it's not going well when the dog wants nothing to do with you. The other thing I couldn't help but notice were signs of poverty that surrounded me.
There was a guy over there giving clothes to the homeless. He's clearly not homeless. And he's just walking around with a little plastic bag and giving homeless people clothes. And then talking to them. I'm gonna go and talk to this guy. I mean, this is unbelievable. Excuse me. Hey. First of all, I'm Leon.
George.
George, how are you, George?
Yes.
I just saw you giving homeless people free clothes.
Yeah, I do that all the time.
You do that all the time?
Yeah, like, you know, I use these kind of t-shirts that whenever I change my set, I go Panama, buy like 8, 10 shirts. When I come back, I give out 8 or 10 shirts to the homeless all the time. And sometimes I take my wife's clothes and my daughter's woman clothes and I give to the ladies and the playtime.
And why? Why do you do that?
I just feel like, give it.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Does it make you feel good?
Yeah, make me feel, and I feel better yet, like, if like 2, 3 days after I walk around here, sometimes I go home and I say to my wife, look at him, that's one of my shirts, and I feel good, you know, they don't take it in trash. I give something they can use.
Okay. All right, George.
I continued to walk aimlessly until a chorus of excited voices caught my attention.
So there seems to be a lot of activity here. I'm going to go in, see if I can find someone that speaks English, and see what happens. Who knows?
It turns out the place was called Espíritu de Santo, which means the Holy Spirit, and it was filled with happy, smiling kids. But what I came to learn is that these kids were all poor children from the neighborhood, and they came every day for free food and programs. The facilities were immense, with cafeterias, playgrounds, trampolines, and classrooms. There was also an army of volunteers, and once again, lots and lots of happy kids.
Madness, madness. I've started a child riot. Oh my God.
Most impressive of all was that everything I saw was a direct result of one man, Father Sergio, and this mission was his mission.
Por eso nuestra institución luchamos para dar pan todos los días. Si partiéramos el pan, habría pan para todos en la tierra.
For over 20 years, Father Sergio has given his time, energy, and resources to make sure that thousands of the poorest children in San Jose receive not only food, but also hope.
What he is doing is just unbelievable. The poverty that I see is mind-blowing. Yet the kids, they love him. The people, they love him. I don't know what the Father has been saying, but I know that he speaks the language of the heart. And that I understand.
The value of his work is so important. It allows him to travel unharmed through the roughest, gang-infested neighborhoods in the city.
I cannot believe the poverty that these kids and these people live in.
His kindness inspired me to want to help.
I want to tell you that what I have experienced today is one of the most profound things I have ever witnessed.
Jesús, nuestro Dios, genera vida. Él es misericordia y quiere que esa misericordia la llevemos a los demás.
When I go around the world, people are always helping me. I want to help and give back. When I leave Costa Rica, having visited this magical place, although I can only help in a small way, what I want to do is I want to help you and the people that work with you to feed thousands of children.
Háblale a muchas personas de nosotros. Pídele a Dios por nosotros. Y sus fotos y los videos, que la gente conozca. Y como siempre les pido, ni siquiera les pido plata, denme comida. Que hay niños muriendo de hambre. Y si no les damos hoy comida, mañana va a ser tarde.
I will never forget you. Can I give you a hug?
Sí. Gracias por ser mi amigo. You're home.
Thank you.
Forever.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you. Muchas gracias.
Gracias a ti.
It may have been a coincidence that it was during Easter that I met Peter and Paul, the veterans of Team Rubicon, and Father Sergio. But each of them came with their stories of rebirth. Peter and Paul have emerged from the trials of their upbringing to help the children in their care. The veterans of Team Rubicon are literally rebuilding the homes and lives of thousands of hurricane victims. And finally, Father Sergio is rewriting the stories of generations of children so that they will know love. My gift made one day easier for the children in need. But I guess every day we are given is a gift and a chance for rebirth, redemption, or reinvention. Next time, I've made it to the real Latin America. Danger, beware of crocodiles.